Welcome to Seasons of Change. Hi, my name is Vicki Lynn, and I'm a modern medicine woman, intuitive guide, and energy healer. And thank you for landing on my page. I'm super excited. My heart is so happy. The fact that you're even listening to this video tells me you're ready for more. You're ready to create change in your life through the wisdom of the medicine wheel. And that's what we're going to be talking about. Now, originally I offered this program as a 90-minute online monthly Zoom gathering. And I did receive a lot of response. In fact, around 250 people. I think I was just shy of 250 people. And of course, if we subtract the bots, because it was through Facebook advertising, I could safely say 75 to 100 people, actual people, were interested. And so in harmony with the seasons of change, I decided to shift gears and offer this to you through my YouTube channel. And of course, this is not going to be 90 minutes long each time you see a video posted. I'm going to pace it whenever I receive guidance and share information. And we're going to walk through all the different directions. All right. Should you find this offering is resonating in your heart and you feel like you know of other people that would benefit from it, I highly recommend that you share this page with them, and of course like and follow as well. The whole point of this is to have as many people wake up to the more as possible, and there's so many teachers out there. I'm one of many, and the whole point is the sooner we all wake up, the sooner we can create change. And the change doesn't start by trying to save the world or save other people. It starts by saving ourselves, by changing ourselves and remembering who we are and remembering why we're here and what our mission is, right? So the fact that you're here, you're wanting to activate that memory, and that's what gets me super excited. Before I begin, I want to offer my deepest gratitude to my teachers and dear friends, Kachina Youngblood and Blue Thunder. They have been the most inspirational teachers on the sacred ways of the medicine wheel, and much of what I share does come through their wisdom. And not only that, their guidance and their loving support has shaped me to become the person that I am today, and for that I'm super grateful. I wouldn't have had this deep connection with all life if it wasn't for meeting them on that synchronistic and inspirational day. And that's a story in itself. As I begin the Seasons of Change journey, we're starting in the East, and in the East it represents spring. And we literally just crossed the threshold of the spring equinox, and we just walked through the path of a new moon, and they both represent new beginnings, so perfect divine timing. And we have all been feeling, whether it be consciously or unconsciously, the energy burst from the solar flares and the geomagnetic storms, also known as Aurora Borealis, which is absolutely my favorite. And all of these energies support our ability to release. In order for you to understand how we navigate the wisdom of the medicine wheel through our Seasons of Change journey, let's begin with a little background about the medicine wheel. So the medicine wheel is a sacred blueprint that helps us to navigate through life. The outer circle represents the sacred circle of life, and the inner circle represents the sacred stillness and where awareness takes place. It is here where we return to our true self, the part of us that sees clearly and without distortion. Now, the four directions, east, south, west, and north, represent the seasonal changes of life on earth, as well as within our own personal lives. Each direction comes with an animal spirit messenger and is represented by color. And you'll find different tribes will have their own designations as to what the color will be and to which animal messenger represents each season. And I'm going to be sharing it to you how it was taught to me and also what resonates within my own heart. I welcome you to explore and find what resonates for you. The horizontal and vertical lines that separate the directions inside the medicine wheel represents the sun's sacred journey and our own sacred walk. Where the lines meet in the middle is where that stillness lies. And that's the place where we place ourselves in prayer. From this center space is where we move with intention into the east. And the east is where the journey begins. It's where the sun rises and the light of day shows us the way. And it's where it illuminates what is yet to be seen. East is where the eagle flies, and eagle represents your divine connection to spirit, also known as source, creator, God. Eagle offers a higher perspective, helping us to see beyond limitation and into possibility. East is the direction the wind blows, and wind represents change. Have you ever heard winds of change? Anytime the wind comes in strong, it's clearing out old energy to bring in new. And wind is extremely clearing, and it guides us through and to our destinations. And interestingly enough, when I activated my intentions through ceremony, the winds were absolutely howling that day. So when I was done with the ceremony, I sat in silence and asked for any messages that would guide us or help us on the direction of the east. And what came in was fox and polar bear. I do want to share though, when I first started acknowledging to put this journey out there, eagle came in first, and eagle was like, the presence was so strong. And eagle represents spirit and of course the higher knowing. So this is definitely a spirit-led process for me. And I am again also going to do another video on that, talking about the messages that have come in. I did another meditation asking for the messages of what eagle, fox, and polar bear would like to bring to you. And so if you're interested in that, again, another reason to follow this page so that you receive notification when these things come up. I do have the information, I just got to create the videos, so it'll be coming. The east is where we become aware of what's missing in our lives. And it also helps us to become clear of what it is that we would like to create. This is the place of intentions and manifestation, and where we identify what the change is so we may begin to create our heart's true desire. This is also a time of acknowledging what areas of your life are not satisfying. How many of you find yourself unhappy or dissatisfied or frustrated, and maybe you're depressed? These feelings are actually a gift because it's your soul's way of showing you that it's time to take a new direction. And if we don't listen, then our soul will keep urging us to pay attention. What we tend to do, though, is we just sink deeper into the feelings. But when you are aware that these feelings are a message, then you shift into another direction. So the whole point is to take that information and discern what it is that you don't like in any given situation or any place that you're in, like whether it's a relationship or a career or where you're living. You might not feel the energy of where you're living. I mean, there's many different directions this could go. And this encourages our motivation to change our circumstances. It encourages us to shift directions and begin the process of creating what it is that you truly want in your life. You are the creator of what you would like to experience. So the first step is to take time and become really clear of what it is that you truly desire. And also recognizing your connection to spirit or creator. In order for you to experience this journey on a deeper level, it's necessary for you to understand that we are multidimensional beings living in a multidimensional life. Now, this means our human existence extends beyond the physical world. This stage is about creating a deeper connection with the Creator, and in a very personal way. And you want to find the language that feels natural for you to connect. And you may decide not to use the word creator. You might use God or Father, Mother God or higher power. You have to use what works for you. This is your journey. It's your walk. So without this really vitally important step, your creation will come from a place of the mind and not from the heart. And it doesn't matter how well developed your mind is. The mind does not have the ability to connect with higher dimensional reality. So when you create solely from the mind, the result is polarized. And it generates both positive and negative ripples through the world and throughout the universe. When we create from the consciousness of the heart, first recognizing our connection to the Creator, we begin to experience the true essence of co-creation. It's here where we begin to understand what it is that we really want to bring forth and experience in our lives. Each direction on the medicine wheel is guided by a universal law. The East represents the law of attraction, and I'm sure a lot of you are aware of the law of attraction. I think that's a really popular one because of the Abraham series. And if you're not familiar with that, I recommend that you go check that out. I'm not getting any kickbacks from this, but it's really good information. But the East is all about the law of attraction. And according to this law, intention and desire are the seeds of creation. So you need intention and desire. When you place your intention with attention or desire, you align these two forces to manifest a new experience of reality, provided you are in right relationship with the other universal laws. So it's important to pay attention to your internal thoughts and what you say to others. When you are feeling the feelings, as you acknowledge these thoughts, then you are receiving clues as to what requires course correction. Pay attention to your wording, because when you come from the intention of your desire with an energetic feeling of negativity or disbelief, it's going to block the flow of creation. So instead of saying, I don't want this or I don't want that, you would shift it into saying, thank you for, and you say it as if it's already here. Thank you for this thing. Thank you for this life. Thank you for this joy. Whatever it is that you're creating in your life. Okay, so I have an assignment for you guys. Over the next few weeks, I want you to take moments of time to get centered and fine-tune your intention. I am going to post on a separate video the guided meditation for the spring energy clearing. I do highly recommend that you watch that, because that's going to help clear out the stagnant energies that you've been carrying, and it'll put you in a centered space, so that, and then when you come out of that, then grab your pen and paper and write down the first thing that comes through to you as to what your intentions are. And the reason why I say I want you to spend the next few weeks is because you're going to want to keep revisiting it and fine-tuning it. I recommend that you write down as much as you want and let it just come from the heart. And then you can start to, over the next couple of weeks, kind of fine-tune it, shorten it, create clarity with it. And then eventually what you're going to do is then shift that into a mantra, a one-sentence mantra. And then you'll use that mantra every single day. You'll say it 3 times a day. And that will start activating. So it takes intention and then also action to create what it is that you want to create in your life, so that you put your intention on paper. And I highly recommend you write it down. And the reason why I say that is there is an energetic line that forms from the source, creator, through your soul into your physical reality, and it comes out your arm and into the pen and down on paper. And this is a beautiful example of multidimensional communication. And you will find that even more insights will flow through you as you write. May not always happen that way. The more connected you get, the more that will happen for you. And don't beat yourself up if it doesn't happen right away. It takes time. Sometimes it takes time and sometimes it happens. So when we get out of our head and allow when these things happen. You know, if you're really in your head, this may take some time, and that's okay. Like, you need to know, when I started this journey, I had the biggest chatty Cathy in this brain that you could even imagine. I mean, obviously look at how fast I talk, right? But I had the biggest busy mind. I'd lay in bed for hours trying to solve the world's problems. I mean, that's who I was. Now I sleep a lot better. And now if I can't sleep, it's either because it's a full moon, or the auroras are happening, or solar flares, or I'm excited. And I did lose a little bit of sleep because I was excited about putting this new program out there. So yay, right? So sometimes it's happy things. But for the most part, I would spend night after night after night not sleeping. But when you do this, stay grounded, stay in your heart, out of your head. This isn't about what your mind thinks you should do. It comes from your soul. That intuition, that's where the information comes from. And when you're grounded and silenced, then you can hear and receive. And then it gets amplified. Once you have it on paper, and if you want to type it in the computer, absolutely fine. I find, for me, I don't, especially because I'm so fast, I don't like to take the time to write things down. In fact, my kids tease me because I use the microphone a lot when I'm sending messages through text. It's just easier for me, and I'm like, why'd they make the microphone if we weren't allowed to use it? So, but when it comes to setting intentions or writing a mission statement or anything like that, you always write it down, use your hands, really important to know how to write. So anyway, there's that. I also want to share that with this meditation that I'm putting out, every time you listen to that, you're clearing more and more energy. So I don't want you to feel like, oh, I've already listened to it once. Every time you listen to it, especially at the end of the day, and you feel all this heavy stuff, this heavy energy from work, and you want to work on your intentions, do the meditation. It'll help you to step into the energy of stillness and awareness. And each time you move through this spring energy clearing, you'll also release more non-beneficial energy, and you'll open a greater space within. And that's the space we want to be in, this expansive space. And then as the weeks unfold, let yourself become increasingly clear about what you truly wish to create, while deepening your connection with Source. That's really an important piece, creating that deeper connection. Okay? And if you aren't already deeply connected, then a beautiful way to begin is through prayers of gratitude for that connection. Gratitude is the key. Love, blessings, and gratitude. There's a reason why we say that. And you want it to come from your heart. Okay. Take a few moments to absorb what you received today. And remember, your journey is always unfolding. Just take it one day at a time. Take it one breath, one awareness, one choice at a time. I'll be sharing more videos as this journey continues, and each one will explore another layer of this work. And another reason for you to follow the page, because that way you'll receive notification when something new comes out. So thank you so much for walking this path with me. We're doing it together, you guys. I'm Vicki Lind, and you've been listening beyond. Aho Mitakuye Oyasin.